You don't need expensive clothes to look expensive. In fact, wealthy-looking style usually comes down to three things. And surprisingly, the clothes themselves aren't the most important part. I used to think looking luxurious meant spending more money. Then I got a behind-the-scenes look at a fashion show, and I noticed something interesting. A $40 blazer and a $4,000 blazer could look almost identical from just a few feet away. That's when I realized it's not always about what you spend, it's about what you choose. And I'm going to show you the 3 details that make the biggest difference, especially the last one, because most people completely overlook it. So before we continue, if you want to look elegant and stylish on a budget, please subscribe to my channel and it'll make you that woman. So let's begin. So the first secret is simple. Fit matters more than price. A $20 t-shirt that sits perfectly on your shoulders can look far more polished than a $200 t-shirt that hangs awkwardly on your body. And this is where a lot of people get fashion wrong. Expensive clothing isn't automatically going to look better simply because it costs more. One of the biggest advantages of luxury clothing is often the cut and tailoring. So before buying anything, take 30 seconds and check these regions. First, your shoulders. The shoulder seam should sit where your shoulder naturally ends, not halfway down your arm. Second, your sleeves. They should finish around your wrist, rather than covering half your hand. And third, your trousers. They should fall neatly over your shoes, without creating a huge pile of fabric at the bottom. And if a piece is almost perfect, but just needs a small adjustment, take it to the tailor. Honestly speaking, spending a little money to improve the fit can make a bigger difference. And spending hundreds more on the clothes themselves, because when something fits you properly, it immediately looks more intentional. Second secret is color. And this is something a lot of fashion content tends to overcomplicate. Look at outfits that consistently give off that quiet, luxurious feeling. You will notice they usually aren't covered in 5 different colors. Instead, they rely heavily on simple shades like black, white, cream, beige, brown, gray, and navy, sometimes with one subtle accent color. Why? Because when too many colors and patterns compete for attention, an outfit can start looking chaotic, regardless of how much the individual pieces cost. So instead of trying to make every outfit completely different, build your wardrobe around 2 or 3 main colors. Start with neutrals, then add one color you genuinely love. The best part, when your wardrobe follows a consistent color palette, your clothes naturally becomes easier to mix and match. That means even an inexpensive outfit can look polished, because everything looks like it belongs together. And now, for the details that almost nobody talks about enough. Texture and finish. This is one of those small things that can completely change how a piece looks. Some inexpensive synthetic fabrics have an overly shiny, plastic-like appearance, especially under bright lighting. That doesn't automatically mean the fabric is bad, but if your goal is to create a more refined look, you generally want fabrics with a matte or a naturally textured finish. Here's a simple trick before buying something. Hold it under bright light and take a quick look at the surface. Does it look extremely shiny and flat? It might be worth skipping. Does it have a subtle texture and a more understated finish? That usually creates a more sophisticated appearance. But fabrics isn't the only thing that matters. Pay attention to the tiny details too. Cut off loose threads, make sure your buttons aren't hanging off. Remove unnecessary tags, and most importantly, take care of your clothes. Steam or iron them before you wear them. Because here's the truth. Even an inexpensive outfit can look careless when it's covered in wrinkles. Meanwhile, a simple, affordable outfit that is clean, pressed, and well-maintained can look incredibly polished. Luxury isn't always about the label. Sometimes it's simply about how well you present what you already have. So, if you want your clothes to look more expensive without actually spending more, remember these 3 things: fit, color, texture, and finish. You don't necessarily need a bigger wardrobe or a bigger budget. You just need a better eye for the details. So, for more fashion tips and elegant styling tips, please do well subscribe to my channel. And I'll see you in my next video. Thank you for watching. Bye.